sick of the monotony of work life. Nick needed a hobby and an outlet to help bring excitement into his everyday life. Then in the year 2017, like a bomb of pure autism, a lawsuit on the internet began. You could say a lol suit. To put simply, the lawsuit started from the breakup of a podcast called The Greatest Problem in the Universe. The two stars of it were George Owizian, known online as Maddox, and Dax Herrera, known online as Dick Masterson, whose claim to fame was making an appearance on Dr. Phil.
Men have 6 times the brain power that women do. Men excel in math and science.
Then why don't they use it if they have it?
Women didn't get us to the moon.
How do you know that women didn't get us to the moon?
It's public documents. They
Could it be possible that a woman told a man how to do it?
George, who felt slighted by many of his ex-friends, sued the people involved with the biggest problem in the universe, out of petty revenge. The lawsuit filed by George was so disastrously bad that it ended up making Dick's new podcast more popular.
So Maddox sues all of these people in court in New York for somewhere between $20 million and $400 million. No one really knows the exact amount. The problem is the complaint. The complaint is a document that you initiate a lawsuit with was so poorly drafted and so confusing that there's no way to tell exactly what relief was sought for what claims and who the claims were effectively against. Ultimately, this case would be dismissed.
Nick, being a fan of the biggest problem in the universe, thought that he could put his lawyer experience to work and started to cover the lawsuit on YouTube.
Hello, friends of the Dick Show podcast. I am Nicholas Rekieta, your resident attorney, and I am here to have a brief encounter with a certain lawsuit filed by Maddox and served upon Dick Masterson. You all by now have probably read this, but I'm going to go through and give you my learned legal opinion, which is pretentious and everything. So I'm going to do that with this bottle of Balmore Scotch, which is fantastic. And we're going to see how this goes. So just bear with me. Full disclosure, I have skimmed part of this lawsuit. I haven't read the whole thing in detail, hoping to get some genuine reactions and some good laughs out of it. So, here we go.
This eventually caught the attention of Dax, and he invited Nick on stream, where he was met with a positive reception.
Hold on, I'm gonna bring Nick Rekieta on.
No.
So we can talk to him. Hey Nick, you there?
Yeah, buddy, I'm here.
Hey dude, I'm loving your series going over all the legal documents.
Thanks, man.
Like
They're fun to make.
I don't even really understand them until I listen to your hour-long. So Nick, have you listened to any of Nick's videos?
Yeah, I didn't get through the last one, but I started listening to the last one. And then I continue.
They're great, man.
Yeah.
It's so great to hear a lawyer that talks like a normal person, like not trying to actually explain it.
Yeah.
And not getting into like more. Usually you talk to a lawyer about something
and they get into the law.
They get more complicated.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it, what you fucking...
That's billing by the hour.
Yeah, just tell me
That's a trick.
Tell me who needs to get punched with this.
Everybody.
Everybody. So Nick goes through...
Right in the fucking face.
Every document that everybody's filed, and he goes through it in detail, line by line, reads it, and then explain what it is. And you can see that at your, what is it, Rekieta Law? Is that your YouTube channel?
Rekieta?
Yeah,
Rekieta?
that's my YouTube channel, Rekieta Law.
Many of the viewers from Dick's show were so perceptive of Nick that they would start to watch his streams. Nick would receive a massive boost in viewers, and with fame comes money. Nick would start to receive super chats, and he would read all of these super chats no matter how big or small the donation size was. This would cultivate a hardcore fan base for Nick, and they would show up to every stream and provide a steady source of income for him.
Deathwish says, Ty Beard isn't even the biggest beard in this video. Is he? Straight white male Toye? Come on.
Nick streaming pioneered what would be called LawTube, a collection of certified lawyers going on YouTube and giving their personal opinion on cases and politics. Nick would continue past the lawsuit drama to cover other niche small cases like Comicsgate and Russell Greer versus Taylor Swift. It was during this time Nick would tell a story about how he got rid of the raccoons and skunks in his garage and shed.
I caught a skunk in a live trap. That was the worst.
How did you get rid of it? Did it try to spray? I would imagine that would happen.
It tried to. So here's what I had to do. The worst part about this. So I was trying to catch a stray cat that was fighting with one of my other cats. My goal was to catch this cat because it was a monster. It was a big beefy cat. And I thought, if I can catch this cat and keep it around my cats and get it domesticated, I wouldn't mind having it around because it'll kill raccoons. Sure. Shine my flashlight on the live trap and it's a skunk. And the bad part is I had to drive to Texas from Minnesota that day.
Jeez.
So I walked up very carefully and I clipped a leash, like one of those yard wire leashes to this thing. This is like 15, 20 feet long. Mm-hmm. And then I dragged the skunk across the yard to a pond and slowly walked kind of back and forth, and the cage kind of went into the pond and I had to drown the skunk. And so I drag it in, and I felt really bad because like the pond was flooded, so it wasn't deep. It was way out past the border of the pond normally. It wasn't deep. So like I could still see the top of the cage and a little skunk paw doing this, and then it stops. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So I pull the cage out, and I'm about to get the skunk out of it and throw the corpse off in the woods so it doesn't stink up the whole yard. And it comes back. It like starts breathing again. So I take the cage and I throw it back in the water. Drown your skunks, y'all. The only way to do it. Have you ever killed animals in close quarters combat?
No, can't say that I have. Can't say that I have.
I have. We had raccoons. I trapped 2 of the raccoons in the shed, and I had this bright idea that I'd go in there and just kill the animals up close. I was never in more danger from those raccoons than I was when I was right about to kill them. Because they were cornered, they were terrified, and I had to get very close.
Yeah. You guys live out in the country. Live out in the country, you find all sorts of ways to kill animals.
Unexpectedly, Rekieta's new hit stream would be about the anime industry drama. Victor Mignogna, or more simply Vic, was a voice actor for popular animes like Dragon Ball Z and Full Metal Alchemist. Allegedly, his peers in the anime industry would accuse him of sexual misconduct, ruin his reputation in the industry. The companies that hired Vic for his voice talent would fire him over the allegations. Vic wasn't about to keep it lying down though, and decided to sue the people who defamed him. He would receive help from Nick, who felt bad for Vic's situation he was in.
Because the man himself, Vic Mignogna, has made a statement through his Twitter account that alleviates some of the concerns people have had about my GoFundMe campaign to raise funds for Vic.
Nick would raise $250,000 for Vic's legal fund and recommend his family's probate attorney, T.Y. Beard. Beard was not an experienced civil litigator, when ended up losing the case years later on procedural errors, i.e. he delivered the documents for the claims too late, thus the judge threw him out. Nick would respond to the lawsuit years later.
Low Watermark says, was Ty Beard at fault for Vic losing? Look, Ty Beard speaks for Ty Beard, and Ty Beard accepted responsibility entirely for the performance of Beard and Hair.
During the Vic lawsuit, a lawyer opposing Vic exposed Nick's grandfather's will in his defamation case in an attempt to smear Nick. Speculations have long swirled regarding Nick's maternal grandparents, Louis and Peaches Owens, well, due to $1 million endowments to build hospitals and charities. The will revealed the disbursement of many millions to Nick's maternal family, millions that may have found a way to Nick through his parents. This also confirmed that Nick, with only a single sibling, stands to inherit a lot of money. This would undoubtedly prove that Nick was not living in the hood while growing up in Texas. But for the time, Nick was cultivating a massive audience of people and was reaching new heights of popularity. This looked to be a new promising career path, as well as a bright future ahead of him. I want to personally thank the Kiwi Farms for their diligent work compiling days' worth of streams into a readable and comprehensive biography of Nick. Most notable users are Mindless Observer for the first rewrite of Nick's thread on the farms, and Heimdall All-Seeing Waifu's rewrite of Nick's OP, as well as tolerating me harassing him for clips and videos for my project. And I thank you for the Anons helping me to edit together my script for this video. A big thanks to Crocodilus Acutus for a song that you're listening to right now called Oh Mandy. Finally, a thank you to the people who tolerated my original first episode, gave me genuinely good advice on how I could have improved. Until next time.